So with this game, I designed it for small groups. You can play with just 3 people or up to 16. So you could have like your own Perry party or girls' night. And so if you're playing with a larger group, let's say 9, you would divide into 3 groups of 3. And the first group would roll the dice, and for example, that's a 4. So you would come over to this one, which is Did You Know? And then you would turn over the card, and then you get a chance to learn about some estrogen tidbits. So starting at the beginning, we have the category of Sketch It Out, which is like Pictionary. So if you are the one that rolls the dice, you will pick the card, and then you will draw out for your teammates to guess lack of motivation or fatigue. Category number 2 here is a play on words, which is just kind of a mismatch of words that are also common symptoms or symptoms of perimenopause. So you would, the person that pulls the card says trest benderness, and your teammates need to shout out breast tenderness. That in that category as well is just a mishmash of letters, and you'd have to look at that, and then your teammates have to unscramble the letters. So those categories are pretty fun. And then we have the categories of 3 things and Did You Know? So in the 3 things category, both of these categories have more of a learning component to them. And so 3 things, for example, name 3 things that testosterone influences. So I've provided a list of more than 3 things, and there are even more that could be given as valid responses, but your teammates will shout out 3 things. With all of these 3 categories, you actually earn 2 points for each correct answer that your teammates provide. Here is a few more examples of the 3 things, just to show that this category varies in what it shares and talks about. Then this category here of Did You Know is all about like the biology of the system and what's going on for us in this stage. So this card has tidbits about estrogen, but here are a couple other examples of what is in that category. So you can see hormones and brain changes, and why iodine matters during perimenopause. So it just gives information. So for these 3 categories, you get just 1 point, because it's kind of like a token of information from the Did You Know, a token of wisdom, and a token of shared strength. So in the wisdom category, they're just quotes. So this is just a kind of a silly one from good old Betty White. And there's just some different quotes by some different famous people and unknown authors. So there you go. And then in the final category of shared strength, it has a couple of subcategories here, which I will go over in just a second. But primarily you're not alone. Despite the fact that nobody really talks about perimenopause, there are 42.5 million people just in the United States that are probably going through some degree of it or have just come out of it. So that was important, that we're not alone. Also including no more gaslighting, because that happens a lot. Sometimes we gaslight ourselves and trying to convince ourselves that it's not happening, but oftentimes the doctors also, or other healthcare practitioners, make us feel like we are going bananas when it's just a result of perimenopause. Then we also have reframe, just reframing our viewpoints about things and this stage of life. I've also included just a cultural twist that other countries don't have quite the stigma that we do here. So can we adjust how we, can we shift our perspective and shift our experience. And then also in this category is an all play card, where the whole group will play, and then you'll pick another card of your choice.